Tonight, we're investigating 7 scary videos that caught horrific moments of haunting encounters. I wouldn't recommend watching this alone, like the people in these clips were. They were innocent, but the things they saw made sure that didn't last. If you enjoy binge watching the creepy, scary, and mysterious side of YouTube, well, that's what this show is all about, and I upload once a week. So put the subscribe button under your pillow and let the dark energy simmer. Now, watch carefully, because these moments are not for the weak. According to the uploader of this ultimately creepy footage, her sister had been fixing up an old creaky cabin that's located somewhere in Oregon. But during the renovation, strange and cryptic things began happening, odd movements in places that shouldn't, with the feeling of being watched. Her dog even becomes anxious and treating the property like it's in fear of what is waiting for them inside.
There's something moving in the door. The thing is, that door in there is really stiff. Like all of them are. So, there's nothing hanging there. Fuck. The fuck is that? It's creepy. It's gotta be something. I don't know what. What the fuck? It just, what the, what the, what the, holy f.
Once they decided to record this moment, it finally happens. The door begins moving all on its own, but they explain that it's an old door. It's rusted, and it can move on its own even with the slightest breeze. Even so, it still shifts with intention, like something is pushing or pulling it assertively. Perhaps it's an invisible entity? Well, if you look closely right near the entrance of that doorway, something far more disturbing begins to appear. A shadowy figure can be seen looking right down back at them, and it even stares at them for a solid few seconds, all right before it turns back around, entering that same doorway of the cabin entrance like it doesn't want to engage with humans. The uploader walks to the entrance of that cabin, but nothing can be seen. It's just an empty, abandoned room with eerie atmosphere, and they did later explain that an older couple did live there decades ago. And the husband of that couple, well, he actually passed away there in that room. Meanwhile, a lot of their old belongings were still there in the space left behind. It turns out his ghostly presence was frozen in time, and in the video, he decided to come back out and say goodbye for the last time. Some places and people never let go of the existence that they once had there, and some even come back to haunt the new guests. This next footage was posted to a UFO subreddit and recorded near Yumbo, Colombia, and if it's not proof of otherworldly alien life out there, I don't know what is. Just like another piece of footage I'll be showing you later in this episode. This moment shows someone alone in a large field during the day, but that's what makes it so bizarre and startling. Usually, creepy things don't show themselves in broad daylight. That is when a metallic sphere can be seen hovering in the air all across the frame at low altitude over the field, and it appears to be moving with a purpose and specific direction. If you play this over a couple of times or pause it at just the right frame and look closely, you can see the slight texture and reflection coming off of this object, almost like it's meant to be a vehicle to something inside of it piloting it. Towards the end of this footage, it can even be seen making a hard bank towards the ground, and even turning around almost completely. Maybe it knows it's being recorded, and it is trying to escape. Do you think that something, a creature from outer space, could be flying or controlling it? Similar objects have reportedly been seen from all around the world, and especially in open fields just like this one. Something about this metallic mystery feels like it doesn't even belong in our Milky Way galaxy, and it revealed itself using tech millions of years ahead of ours. If multiple sightings of these flying orb objects have been captured in areas from all around the world, does this mean that we are secretly already amongst another species without even realizing it? And most importantly, what are they doing here? This footage was captured during a dark, eerie evening near a quiet forest while the uploader was just enjoying the night. But it's a little too quiet, and that is the problem. When there is silence like this, that's when something else has arrived, and that's when you need to put your guard up. But at first, nothing extraordinary happens just yet. Then, the person holding the camera slowly begins zooming into the far distance because they notice something that's completely unsettling, something that doesn't belong.
Are you joking right now? I could be in the house. Pickles.
You can very faintly but clearly see the black silhouette of a large figure roaming around in the trees. Its movement shows that it's cautious, alert, scanning its surroundings, and moving slowly. Now, from a distance, it's hard to tell, but if you were to look at this just right, it's obvious that if we were up close, this being would be much, much larger of a creature if it was right in front of us. Whether or not it did notice the camera is not clear, but could this creature be Bigfoot? The way its posture and movement is portrayed in this video do seem to fit common descriptions and documentation. But as the figure slowly roams around into the darkness of that foresty area, we will never truly know what that uploader bare witness to that night. Whatever that thing was, it didn't behave like a human being. It behaved like something new and unforeseen, maybe even something mutated or not even of this world. What do you think it was? This video was uploaded to TikTok after the user was completely startled after witnessing his door handle violently rattling, but not like a draft was causing it, more like something was on the other side of the door trying to get out. What's even more unsettling, it's not the first time. The rattling is something that he says has been going on ever since he moved in, like whatever was there before him never truly left, and it definitely wants him gone.
I've been hearing some bumping noises upstairs, like right where my room is. I'm just gonna take a look at. Come on. Okay. I'm like, what the f was that? You guys hear that, right?
But what makes it such a strange and unexpected moment for him is that the building he's renting at, it's a brand new development. So whatever kind of dark energy is festering behind that door that we can't see, it had to have been there for hundreds of years before the building was ever even established. Even when he checks behind the door, there's nothing there. No family or friends, nothing to explain the bizarre phenomenon.
Oh, can you do that again? fuck with this.
Eventually, he made it out of there alive and never looked back, but surely the door will continue rattling for the next unexpected guest. New buildings don't always also mean new warm welcomes. Sometimes what lived in our homes before we ever got there never wanted the extra company. It might be a good idea to make sure you're not dealing with something like this in your home, especially when you're asleep at night. The footage coming up was released by a couple of investigative journalists named Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp when one day they were out working and wanted to grab a meal together when they were completely struck by something that totally shocked them. As they stood there in place, they couldn't do anything besides just look up, and there, directly in plain sight, was this unidentified object that appeared disc-shaped. It made the entire moment questionable. Like, what is this reality right now? And the object just stays there, hovering in the air, defying gravity, with no heat signature, no noise, no propulsion, no interference in the area whatsoever. Human-made aircraft does not behave like this. Even further, the local military of that town eventually showed up, and they started to play cat and mouse with this aircraft, never being able to catch up with it after the two journalists left the area. And even after the whole ordeal with the military analysis, still, no one knows where it came from or what it was even doing in the area to begin with. The footage was even eventually confiscated from those two journalists by the local military and officially classified as UAP documentation, unidentified aerial phenomenon. Like all footage of this nature, the moment was just brushed off to be seen as nothing, but we all know the true mystery behind encounters just like this one. You or me might casually be out with a friend or colleague, but the reality is that we're never truly in the know of what other bigger and more cryptic creatures might be watching us from above as well. The uploader of this video was hearing strange noises on the other side of the door within their home, things like tapping, walking, even knocking, so they decided to go investigate it, and that was their big mistake. As they opened the door, they stop for a moment, analyzing the hallway, and that's when they see it, catching a glimpse of something looking right back at them. It's a silhouette of a body perhaps, just lurking there in the dark shadows around the corner, but it's almost like it knew it was being investigated by them. It was waiting for them.
Mate, I'm not joking. What the hell was that?
The person holding the camera then decides to go into the room and go around the same corner where they saw the figure, but it's not there anymore. It disappeared out of thin air. And of course, the people that are capturing this moment on video within their own home are absolutely terrified, and they want nothing to do with whatever that entity was. After reviewing and brightening the footage, it's still hard to tell exactly what that thing was, but it was definitely there, waiting in the darkness. Was it a ghost? A past glimpse of maybe another life that used to live in the same property? Some things only exist to watch and analyze you from the dark shadows of your own safe space. You'll never really know what kind of entities are studying your every move until it's too late. In May of 2025, a TikTok user posted a video explaining that she had received a bouquet of flowers, and they were happy about the gesture, but still, she was caught a bit off guard after realizing that there was no sender or any note, so she didn't know where these came from.
And I got these flowers. Boom. They're dying. I know, that's not weird because it's me, okay? They die. No note.
But that is when it happens, because as she is talking about her experience to the camera, she's not paying attention to what's happening behind her, and something terrifying begins to appear in the background.
This is what I found.
It is faint, but it is there if you look very closely. A face begins to appear in the upper left corner of the door frame behind her after she went and did some editing to enhance the brightness and contrast of the figure. The face eventually becomes unmistakable. It's clear that there are a pair of eyes, a mouth, and it might even be making some sort of expression. You tell me. She said after revealing it from the background of her image, her stomach dropped, realizing that anything could have happened to her as there was something in the house with her. And as for those flowers, just maybe they were left behind there by whatever that thing was. Tonight, when you are settling in thinking that it's a peaceful moment and you are going to get a calm good night's sleep, make sure to double check your surroundings so that there isn't something there waiting in the darkness for you. More likely than not, there always is the possibility of something of the unknown that we cannot see, but it is watching us from the shadows of our safe space too. If you stayed until this point in the show, please be sure to subscribe so that you never miss a creepy, scary, and mysterious upload, and watch this one here.